Yeah, I'm Paul Gorham. I'm the head football coach here at Sacred Heart University. Been coaching here for 7 years now. Previous to that, I was coaching at the University of Massachusetts for 6 years, and before that, I was at Brown University for 7 years. I'm a graduate of the University of New Hampshire, and probably 20-some-odd years of coaching. We open up with Marist on September 3rd, a night game here, and it's been a great rivalry for us, even though they're not in our league. A lot of commonality between the two programs, and after that, we have an open date, which is a little unusual, a little early for us. But we'll follow that up with a game that was just we just notified got switched to the MSG network on Friday night, September 16th, I believe it is, against Bryant University. Coming down here, which is typically a big physical team. The perennial leaders of this conference has been Central Connecticut, which is always a difficult game for us. They get a lot of athletes and a bunch of good players and well coached. Moving down the road, we got Wagner with Waltham Line. He's been there for a number of years, and again, a school with an awful lot of athletes, and a good rivalry going with them as well. Bournemouth, Kevin Callahan does a great job with that program down there, and just bringing them along, and always a good game with those guys. And then we got three of the schools out in Pennsylvania, St. Francis and Duquesne and Robert Morris, out in the greater Pittsburgh area, which just a great addition for our conference. It just gives us a pretty good region that we're able to cover and playing the games and so forth. So I'm sure I left well Albany and Bob Ford, who's been around forever and does a great job with his program. We finish up there at the last game of the year up in Albany, so we have our work cut out for us. We have Marissa's Restaurant in Trumbull, which has been good to us, and Bear and Grill right here in Fairfield, and then there's a number of places in downtown Fairfield with the chain restaurants and so forth. That are all very accessible. We're right off the Merritt. We've got a great location, easy on, easy off the Merritt Parkway for us. So, we're less than an hour from New York City and 2 hours from Boston, so the location's outstanding. We want to be firm with the kids, but fair. The sport, obviously, toughness is a big part of it, and you tread a fine line. We're trying to be physical with the kids and getting them prepared for the season and not beating the game out of them as well. So, philosophically, we want to be able to run the ball in order to be able to play action and throw it a little bit and be consistently improving on defense. We have to make some big strides from where we were a year ago defensively, and I think we've done that, and we'll see as time goes on. Maybe the guy that had the most influence on me when I was younger in high school was my high school basketball coach, a guy named Bob Brown, who was the epitome of a coach as far as I was concerned. Very, very thorough in his preparation, demanding but not overbearing in what it required from us as kids, and just an excellent tactician and motivator. He's the guy that had the most influence on me, and certainly reading the books, read Mike Krzyzewski's book and Bobby Knight's book and Rick Pitino's and some basketball guys and the Junction Boys and all that stuff with those people, and having worked with Mark Whipple for 15 years, the things that he just lends just has a knack of giving kids confidence in themselves and their ability, and trusting them and so forth are all different people that played into my philosophy. There's still the process of first of all, finding out the quality of your freshman class, obviously, with the kids coming in, and which kids we think are going to be able to compete for us and contribute. Seeing what those kids have. Obviously, the kids that have played for us in the past, we've got a pretty good understanding of what they are and are not able to do, and where they're going to slot in. So I think early on, we just want to get the system in, start from formations right through offensively and defensively, put in our base fronts and coverages on the defensive side of the ball, teach the kids the fundamentals of the game, and then add on as you go through camp and bring it up to scrimmage situations against yourself, and then that one final scrimmage before you open up. So you want to be physical with them, but not to to the point of detriment to your team. You don't want to lose your kids here in August when everything counts in September on. So it's a growing process. It's enjoyable. The NCAA's set it up well now, where your helmets for a couple practices, then helmets and shoulder pads, and you get into the full contact, and then after that, it's up to the coach's discretion to make sure he's doing what he thinks is best for the team as far as being physical enough to get you prepared for the season, and yet not knock the game out of the kids. Typically, the kids are always excited for the game. I think the coach's influences and 15 minutes before game time, with some form of fire and brimstone speech. I think it's consistency throughout the year and what you're looking for them with the discipline and the winter conditioning and the weight room in the summer, and then the excitement of practices. I think it's going to be built up over the year's time. By the time you get to a Saturday afternoon or a Friday night or whenever you're playing, if the kids are waiting for you to come in and give them that 5-minute talk or something like that that's going to put them over the top, I think it's too late. So it's got to be cumulative, and then work it up throughout the week through the Sunday through Friday preparation, and bring it to a head hopefully on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, we have to be. We lost Dale Fink, who was a 4-year starter for us at quarterback. We've got 2 kids that are vying for it that are redshirt sophomores that I think can both be pretty good, but they're not going to be at the level Dale was when he graduated. So we're going to have to be able to run the ball offensively early in the year until they grow into it. And then defensively, we should be a little bit ahead. We got a lot of guys returning. We got a lot of experience. Have them keep us around in the games for the first half until we cut our teeth offensively a little bit, and stop the run. Be able to run the ball on offense and stop the run on defense, and force people to throw. The league primarily likes to. A lot of teams here, the majority of them like to run the ball. We got to be able to stand up to that and not let them control the game that way and keep our offense on the sideline. So for us offensively, being able to run the ball and defensively stop it certainly early on in the season. I know I enjoy watching all sports. I like competition, whether it's baseball or basketball or whatever it is. And I play golf, not necessarily well, but I enjoy that. Getting out and just getting away from it for 4 hours or 5 hours or something like that on an afternoon. But not too much other than that. Yeah, I'm Paul Gorham, head football coach at Sacred Heart University, and I think if you get an opportunity to come up to Fairfield this fall, you'll see an exciting football team, and kids are going to play fast and physical.